Hello everyone and welcome to this new video. I'm Ombra and today we are finally here for make the tier list about the damage dealer commander Respect 10. For make this tier list, I have considered every single damage dealer commander of the game. For damage dealer, I mean a commander that inflicts damage directly to the enemy, not a buffer of the troops. I have taken the value of every single skill and I have placed that inside the 10 round of the battle. I have considered the basic statistic of every single commander in terms of damage, attack and focus. I have placed an equal value equipment on every single commander for a better comparison, and also I have considered the relic full strengthened and refined for create a tier list that show you who is the best damage dealer at Respect 10. First and start with the tier list, I wanna ask you to smash like on the video and also subscribe to my channel if you're not already. That is completely free and is the best way for support me. The first commander of the tier list is Adune that take a place on D tier with 368k. Then we have Azog that take a place on B tier with 498k of power, very close to the A tier. Then we have Aragorn, King of the Men, that take a position on B tier with 474k, is not so bad for a commander hybrid and not full DPS. And very close to them we have also the other Aragorn on B tier with 466k. Then we have Balin on B tier between the two Aragorn with 471k of power. And we have also Bard that take a place on B tier with 493k. Then we have the Dominator of Respect 5 and Respect 3 tier list. We have Bjorn that take a place on S plus tier even at Respect 10 with 774k of power. This commander is just insanely strong on doing damage. Then we have Sestaro on S tier with 647k. Improve a lot the power and the position on this tier list thank you to the higher level of respect and also to the relic. And then we have Dane that go directly in S plus tier in the top of that with 786k. Thanks to the better relics finally defeat Bjorn. Then we have the best damage dealer Mighty of the game. We have Dwalin that take a position on A tier with 549k of power. Then we have another commander that improve a lot the position on that tier list. We have Eomer that take a place on A tier with 553k. And now it's the time to talk about Faramir that take a place on D tier with 324k, but I spoiler you, this time Faramir is not the worst. Then we have Galadriel, she really fall down on the tier list, take a place on C tier with 434k of power. And now we're gonna talk about Gimli, the first epic on a S plus tier. He generates 742k of power, thanks to the great unique, the Ascension and also the great set of skill. At Respect 10 is not so far from Dane and Bjorn. Talking about Irgon, he take a place on a D tier between Adune and Faramir with 365k. And talking about bad damage dealer, we have also Khaldun on D tier at 360k. Then we have Camul that take a place on a C tier with 433k of power. Talking about Legolas, he also take a big improve, take a place on a A tier with 517k of power. Then we have Lurtz that take a place on a S tier on a top of Sestaro with 652k. Even if he don't have a third skill for damage dealing, he benefit a lot from the relic. Then we have Oglur that take the top of the C tier with 441k. We have also Saruman take a place on a S tier under Sestaro with 621k of power. Also the relic of Saruman is fantastic. Next commander of the tier list is Kalelm that take a place on a S tier in the top of Sestaro but under Lurtz with 650k. As you can see from this graphic, we have Dane on blue that totalize an overall more damage at the end of the 10 round. But if we talk about only the burst of the commander, in the first part we see on red Skalelm deals more damage. So on average we're gonna have more damage in the first 5 rounds from a Skalelm. In particular on round 1 and round 2 we have an insane amount of burst. Burst from Scalelm. Then we have the Shadow that take a place on the top of the A tier with 555k of power. Also the Shadow have an insane amount of burst in the first part of the battle, and have also a lot of utility for burning stack of the white console, but in overall damage is not enough strong for be an S tier. The Undying fall down a lot on this tier list, take the place on D tier with 394k of power. The relic and the skill doesn't increase a lot the damage of them, so it just fall down. Then we have Thorin that take a place on a B tier under Azog with 497k of power. Then a new entry on a tier list is Treebeard, cause people asking me to include them. You have a solid place on a D tier on a top of Faramir with 349k of damage. Then we have Uktak that also take a place on a D tier between Treebeard and Faramir with 341k. And then we have the Witch King that take a place on a D tier on the bottom of that with 311k of power. He's a great CC commander, he's a great debuffer, he's a great white cancel stack burner, but he's not a commander damage dealer, accept that. The last commander we're gonna talking about is Zegrid that take a place on a C tier on the bottom of that with 409k. This is my final tier list for the damage dealer commander at respect 10. I wanna remember you, if a commander is down on that tier list, that doesn't mean this commander is terrible, only mean this commander is not a good damage dealer. As example, we have the Witch King that is the last in terms of DPS, but is absolutely a great supporter with a lot of CC and also great debuff for the enemy. What seems clear for me from that tier list is the difference between the good faction damage dealer and the evil faction damage dealer. In fact, we have on the top Dane, Bjorn and Gimli, 3 good commander. Then of course we have Lurtz, Scalelm, Sestaro, Saruman, but they are all inferior. All very good, but all inferior. So if you play NRP or good faction, you are fine. You can run Dane, Bjorn and Gimli. If you are from the evil faction, I suggest you Lurtz, Scalelm, Sestaro and Saruman. These are the best option for you at respect 10, and you can also use the Shadow because he's very strong on the early DPS and also for burning the stack and ability the damage of a commander like Lurtz and Saruman that need a stack burner. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like it, just smash like on that and also subscribe to my channel for a future content. Let me know in the comment what you think about this tier list. I always read and reply to every single comment and appreciated a lot the feedback. If you wanna support me, I wanna remember you, I have also an affiliated code with the game that allowed you to buy gems from the official site of the game. If you use my code for buying that, the devs gonna recognize me a little commission and you're gonna support directly my channel. Like always, thank you for following me and see you in the next. Woo! Very quick post-credit scene. Yes, I cut my hair and also this clip is only for each 8 minutes of video, so whoo!